Hello, and welcome to this Getting Ready to Teach bite-sized video on the T-Level Technical Qualification in Craft and Design. This video concerns planning the course. As you can see, the qualification is structured as follows. There is an externally set assessment which covers the core exam and the employer set project. This is graded from A star to E and contributes 30% to the qualification grade, which should be delivered in approximately 360 guided learning hours. Alongside this is the externally assessed synoptic assessment covering the occupational specialisms. These are graded Pass, Merit, Distinction and U and contribute 70% to the overall grade. These have an approximate guided learning hours of 840. Alongside this, there's the industry placement of 315 hours which needs to be organised by the provider. There is more detail on screen of the qualification time, including the total qualification time required. On screen is the qualification time for placements, a minimum of 315 hours or 45 days and a maximum of 2 placements. There are 9 core content areas in the T-level in art, craft and design. The core content covers the underpinning knowledge and understanding of concepts, including theories and principles for craft and design. As you can see, within the core content, there is a high level of underpinning knowledge within the context of the creative industries. Essentially, this will provide students with a core understanding of how craft and design practitioners work. There is also a foundation of skill building, which includes research skills, which will support the students in progressing to Year 2 of the course. Alongside the core content areas, there are 6 core content areas for skills. These are designed to give learners a thorough grounding in the skills required for working within the creative industries. The competencies and skills are not expected to be developed at every point throughout the course, but tutors should expect to embed them into their teaching and learning in order to prepare students for the assessments in the core component. The core skills on screen are assessed through the employer set project. Just pause this video and think what challenges there are likely to be when teaching the core component, both the core content and the core skills, and how could you address these in your centre? Within the qualification, there are 5 occupational specialist components. Each are 840 guided learning hours. Students undertaking the T-level will choose one single specialism. This will involve specific teaching, learning and assessment for each specialism. The OS, occupational specialism, is externally assessed via synoptic assessment, counting for 70% of the overall qualification grade, and should take up 840 guided learning hours. How does your plan look? What are the challenges you think you will face with it? How have you planned to overcome these challenges? Are there any ideas that you can share with colleagues in your centre that will help you? Industry placements. As said before, learners need to cover an industry placement with a minimum of 315 hours over 45 days with an industry environment that is linked to one of the occupational specialisms or the T-level route. Students can be placed with up to a maximum of 2 employers. SEND learners can have 105 hours in a placement at the provider's on-site facilities. 35 hours can be done as tasters into different occupational specialisms, and this can be done as group tasters if required. This must be completed to achieve the qualification, but it is not graded. For the most up-to-date information about industry placement requirements, please visit the DFE website. This would be a good time to discuss with colleagues what challenges you might face with industry placements. Thank you for listening to this bite-sized video on planning the course for the T-level in craft and design.